Welcome to Save As Ability, a podcast to educate and inform you about disability employment issues. My name is David Darkangelo, and I'm your disability policy expert. Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Save As Ability. We have a guest, a great guest, John Robinson from Our Ability. Welcome, John.
Thanks, David. Great to be here.
Great to have you. And today we're going to talk a little bit about some of the things you have going at Our Ability, particularly like your job board, which is great, by the way. But I know you're doing other technology for people with disabilities too, and your organization. So maybe we can start with giving us an overview of your organization and what you do.
Sure. David, I started this organization. I'm a quad amputee, 3'8", born without the extension of my arms and my legs, and went to university to study television, radio, film, and was unemployed for 4.5 years after I graduated. So a big part of the story of what we do is because of my personal lived experience and understanding that the unemployment rate for people with disabilities is high, and that there's a lot of confluence as to why that is, right? Part of it is businesses understanding people with disabilities. Part of it is how we present our skill set into the marketplace. Part of that is existing systems that need to be modified. So coming to this, we developed a pretty vibrant jobs board where we have anywhere between 40 and 50,000 jobs at any given time. These are companies that pay us to put their jobs out there in the marketplace. And we have upwards of 15,000 people per month, unique users per month, that come to our website looking for employment. And so because we have both of these sides, we spent the better part of the COVID years developing a pathway to understand the skills and interests of people with disabilities and matching them to positions. We're using generative AI, which is a buzzword right now. You can't miss it out there. But we are using generative AI to match people with disabilities to existing job postings right now. And so we're pretty excited about that. And that has grown, and it's also created other products that we're excited about as well.
Well, you started with your personal story, and I know we're going to put the link in the chat here, but people should check it out. You got a great story. I've heard it many times about you in the sales department up there selling radio and everything. It's great. And the results you've been able to get through your job board is terrific as well. But I know you've got some other projects that you're working on that we want to talk about too, and get the information out here to our listeners, because it's not just about people with disabilities. I really value your job board because it's like an integration piece, really, right?
Yeah. It's funny you say that. I mean, I just had a meeting this morning about another product that we're about to build. It is the integration. It's the confluence, it's the integration of people with disabilities and the able-bodied population in the marketplace. And that's the way I look at this. If we build something for our community, we're building it for everybody. And that really is important to me. So our job board can work for anyone. As a matter of fact, we've had conversations with quite a few chambers of commerce. Can we take our system and use it for regional purposes for the whole population in that marketplace? We absolutely can, because we built it for us, and it could work beyond us. The products that we're enhancing right now are as follows. We're building an ableist language model, which allows us to look at job descriptions and in real time give feedback to companies on what's in their job description. And yes, we include ableism, but we include sexism, we include racism, we include language that can be prohibitive to others. And so we're building this modeling right now in the dashboard right now, which will come out it's beta test right now, but will come out beyond beta in the next month or so. So companies can look at their own job postings and see on their dashboard exactly what's considered ableist. We're doing that. The meeting that we've had this morning is, can we take a look at creating a safety net that can help if you are disabled and you're going out and meeting people in public, and that safety net allows you to find out who you're meeting with, as well as what their background is, and maybe protect yourself against something that can be harmful to you. It's got dating applications. It's got disability applications. And so we're thinking about our community and our worry of putting ourselves out in maybe a problematic situation, but can we use that modeling to protect ourselves? So these are things that we're doing. Yes, they're for people with disabilities, but they're for everybody, and we're excited about that.
Well, the thing I like most about your approach, John, is you're a data-driven guy. This isn't just about feelings or emotion. And, yes, we have empathy for people with disabilities, but you got to get results. And you've gotten results, which is great. I know before you and I have talked about like the Rutgers study where people with disabilities mention it in their resume, and then there was a control group that didn't mention it in their resume, and the control group that didn't mention it got more interviews and things like that. Tell our viewers what you've found through our Ability website and the types of resume things that are getting results and good results for people with disabilities.
When you take out disability and you match up people's skills and interests and ability with job descriptions, that the match is amazing. And then when you get into the interview process, you open the eyes of the businesses out there that there are people with disabilities that match the requirements that they have. And so we've taken disability, accommodation, all of that out of the equation and present people's interests and skills into the equation and show the businesses that people match. It's eye-opening. And that's what we want to do. We understand fully that, yes, there is a dynamic when I walk into a building at 3'8" that it comes up. There's no doubt about it. But prior to that, if we can show a business that my resume matches exactly what they want at a higher level than they would have perceived, then we can have better outcomes. And that's what we need to do. The difference in 2024 versus 1994 is that, businesses need to hire good people. They really do. It's more our community that need to step up and be ready for it. So much different than it was in 1994. But by removing disability from the equation, showing skills and interests and how they match the marketplace, we have much better outcomes.
Well, I'm with you. I'm into the tech transformation and modernizing these programs and data. And so, yeah, you're about ability. I'm about ability. We're both about ability. But let's talk a little bit about, you mentioned to not necessarily lead with the other stuff. And I agree there, like make it about the skills, make it about the talents, right? But when you do walk in and it's, you're 3'8" and you got stumps and, they probably don't expect you to get out of that big, gigantic truck that you have and everything else, right? Talk about, though, being able to use what your disability has brought and you encounter. How do you use that as a qualification?
David, that's such a great question. When we work with young people with disabilities, I always say, sell to your strengths. As a matter of fact, the worst sales managers in the world are the ones that train to people's weaknesses or try to build up people's weaknesses. Sell to your strengths. If you're disabled, you have three things going for you. One, you are an number one problem solver. Every business in the United States, in North America, in the world want to hire problem solvers. Use that to your advantage. Lean into it in every interview, every in-person meeting, every application that you are a problem solver. Number one. Two, communication. And I say this purposefully, even if you can't verbally communicate, you are a great communicator in your needs. And that's what disability has taught you. You've had to be able to communicate around what you need and what you can do. Again, lean into your communication skills, even if they may look different and they're on the accommodation part of the world. Lean into it because you're great at communicating. And three, quite frankly, what makes you different makes you unique. And that's a plus. As a 3'8", no arms, no legs, or limited arms and legs salesperson, you know what? Every client remembered me. And then once I learned to lean into that in my next interviews, I had that ability. And so every time we train people with disabilities in the marketplace, we lean on those three things, because once you harness that within yourself, you present that to the marketplace and the marketplace will acquire you.
100% right, John. And it's funny. I was just on a podcast myself and the podcast host was like, well, it's about being normal. I said, but who wants to be normal? Normal is average. We don't want to be average. We want to be exceptional, John. And you are exceptional.
Thanks, David. The new normal is, be who you are, sell to your strengths, and bring that to the marketplace.
Well, as we wrap up here, John, please tell everybody how they can get involved with your organization in some way, or if they're looking for a job, or if they're an employer who wants to tap into talent.
So we're a generative AI company, David, and the way to find us is at ourability.com. Obviously, we're on LinkedIn, we're on Facebook as well. But exactly why you'd want to get contact with us is if you're looking for a job, If you're a business looking for those 15,000 people coming to us, if you're a business looking to write a better job description, if you're an organization that wants to use generative AI that has accessibility built in, but for either the disability population or the general population, we're here for you. We care that people have opportunities. We are people with disabilities that own and run this company, and we build products and services for our community, but also beyond our community.
I love it, John. Access to opportunity. That's what we're all about here at Our Ability, at Save As Ability and Archangel Communications. I appreciate you. Thanks so much. For everybody else, another episode of Save As Ability. Please check out John's links in the description. Like, comment, share, subscribe, all that stuff so we can keep great content flowing for you. I want to thank John Robinson for joining us today.
Always.
I hope you have a great day. We'll see you next time. For more information about disability employment issues, please visit our website, disabilityemploymentsolutions.com. The Save As Ability podcast is available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, our YouTube channel at Disability Policy Expert, or wherever you stream your podcasts. Subscribe, stream, rate, and review our shows. Your ratings and reviews help our show reach new audiences. Produced by Pod Pro Entertainment. Save As Ability lives within a network of podcasts located at podproentertainment.com. #TheNewRadio. Again, my name is David D'Arcangelo, and I'm your disability policy expert. Until next time, thank you. I hope you have a great day.